Hey guys, Marisa at KitchenTableStamper.com, and we've got the final card in the paper and ink card. This is card number 1. I can't thank you enough. Hey lady, that's card number 2. Card number 3, your friendship is a blessing. And we are on card number 4. Now the other cards in this series are linked below the video on YouTube and in the post on the blog, depending on where you're watching. There's also a project sheet. There's always a printable project sheet at KitchenTableStamper.com. On the project sheet, you'll find a full color photograph, measurements, and a supply list. All right, let's take a look at the paper pieces we've got here. I've done some of the die cutting ahead of time for this particular project, so let's take a look. I've got a smoky slate card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Our designer series paper is from Peaceful Poppies, and these measure 4 1/4 by 1 1/2 for our pool party stripe, and our purple polka dot is 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. I've got a tag here, and I cut this using the Bonanza Buddies bundle die set. This is called Bonanza Dies, and it's got this gorgeous tag included, and I just love this set for that tag and these cute little buntings. I've also cut out a couple of the balloons for our koala ahead of time, just to save us a little bit of time. So this is Poppy Parade and Granny Apple. I've got a little scrap. We'll do our pool party balloon when we die cut. We're gonna need to stamp and die cut our koala and hat to give some dimension. So I've got a scrap of Whisper White here, about 2 by 3 will do. I've got a scrap of the Poppy Parade cardstock, and this is about 1 by 4 for die cutting our bunting. I've got a scrap of glimmer paper, and that's for the little party hat. Do you see the shimmer and shine on the little poof on top of that party hat? We've got some Granny Apple green scrap, and this is 6.5 by 2. We'll see if we need that much. And the last little piece in the kit here, I've got a piece of basic black. It's a scrap about 1 inch wide, and I cut the scrap about 1 inch wide with the layering squares die. It's D, which so makes it the 4th largest, kind of right in the middle there. It's about 2 1/4 inches. So I took the die, laid it on the scrap, and that gives us this great little scallopy piece that we can use to just accent. Let's get started with some stamping. I've got our adorable Bonanza Buddies stamp set here. Look at this, isn't this just the cutest set you've ever seen? We're gonna stamp this koala. I've got Basic Gray, Memento Tuxedo Black, and Poppy Parade ink. Let's ink up our koala in Basic Gray. We're gonna stamp that on our Whisper White scrap. I love this stamp set. We've got our koala, and he also has little face details, and I love that we can go in and add those in a different color ink. Super cute, don't you think? All right, and the little party hat, also from Bonanza Buddies. We're going to ink that one up in Poppy Parade. And there's our party hat. Too cool. Now, my greetings is Let's Celebrate You. It's from the Bonanza Buddies also. We're going to ink that one up in Tuxedo Black and stamp that along the bottom of our tag. And we need our balloon strings. Those are from Bonanza Buddy, and we're going to ink them with Memento Tuxedo Black. They're going to go above the S in Let's Celebrate, and they're about 1/2 inch up. And let's see, not a bad image, looking good. Okay, there's our stamping. Let's clear away the stamping paper mat and the ink pads. We're going to get the big shot. Are you ready? We're going to do a bunch of die cutting, hopefully in one pass here. I've got little Poppy Parade scrap, and we're going to cut our little bunting with the Poppy Parade. Got a little pool party. We're gonna cut a balloon with pool party. I've got a little glimmer paper. We're gonna cut the top of that hat. And then I've got a koala and a party hat. Let's get those guys on there too. All right, one pass every die cutting. Let's see how that goes. Our koala, our little pom-pom. Here's our balloon and our little flag bunting. That's winning. I love one pass per card. Okay, let's work on our tag here. We've got our koala. Let's adhere him down with some Stampin' Dimensionals. We want to get him on the card, look like he's holding his balloons. And then his little party hat, let's add a mini dimensional behind that one too. Not too low because we want it to go over the top of his head. We don't want it floating over top. We want it firmly on his little head. There. Now we might need a half for that little pom-pom. I just cut one in half and put it on the top half so that it can overlap the top of the hat. Don't want it to look like it's floating. Ha, cute. Bring back in our Granny Apple and Poppy Parade balloons. Let's add those to the card with multi-purpose liquid glue. Gonna have to tuck this green one behind the hat just a smidge. Little Poppy Parade balloon down low. And another dimensional for our pool party balloon. I love this little card. It's so happy, don't you think? All right. Pool party. Slide that tag to the side, get our card base in here. I'm gonna get this designer series paper down. I'm gonna add some snail adhesive. Aren't the back sides of these papers awesome too? Now, along the right side of our larger designer series panel, we're gonna add about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, a little scallop edge there. Can put a little snail on that now. And then on the card, a little tilty angle, and the stripes too, the opposite angle. Doesn't that just look like a party? Got to do some punching now. I've got that Granny Apple Green and the small daisy punch. And we're gonna punch just 3, kinda, I don't know, more than half a daisy. 3/4 of a daisy maybe. We don't need the whole thing. Yeah, we didn't need 6.5 inches of paper. About 4.5 would have done just fine there because we don't need the whole thing. Now, we're going to kind of audition where we want these daisies so that they peek out looking like leaves, but also kind of like confetti, starbursts, like party decorations. So a little multi-purpose liquid glue, and we'll add one, let's see here, behind the corner, but make sure it doesn't peek out from the hole in the tag. There. And one kind of out the side here. So add a little multi-purpose liquid glue to the back of the card, or to the back of the tag. And then out the bottom right hand corner. Let's go ahead and add one more of these little fun leafy starbursts. Don't they just look festive, but also natural, so it fits our koala. I've got some Whisper White Baker's twine here. I'm gonna just pull it right off the spool for the purposes of my card. If you get a kit from me, you'll have your twine in your kits. Probably need about 10 inches, and we're gonna tie a bow. just finishing up the tag without doing anything too distracting. Our koala is the star of the show. So a little white bow. Got some ribbon scissors. Liberate that guy from the spool. And now let's glue down to our card. I'm going to use multi-purpose liquid glue here. Just outlining and then down some of these little green edges. Isn't it festive and happy? Last we've got our little bunting. I had a little multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of each of the flags and then just drag the tip of the glue bottle across the top. You don't need a lot of glue here. And I want that to tuck under my bow. And I like it to span the designer series papers. You see that? So that's kind of how I determine my angle. There it is. So cute. Let's celebrate you. Anything I can do to help you stay crafty, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. Thanks for watching.